only give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your hope.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. You look at this Browns defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Jackson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. The Ravens hit 6-5 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Go.
Here's Jackson to throw. Finding Walker complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Again, it's Charbonnet. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Zach Charbonnet. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Britt. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Looking to throw. Walter. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. They coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Walter. This will be caught by Brown. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down. Walter. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. McPherson now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Yeah, look at this Baltimore defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Charbonnet. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
from the gun on third down. Jackson. That is caught. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense will probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Browns nothing.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. To throw is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Myles Garrett in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Third down and 6. Looking to throw. Walter. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
42-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get... Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll keep it on the ground. Britt. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, Britt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, Britt. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
On fourth down, Walter able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
There's Charbonnet once again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. From the gun, Jackson. A short one there, caught by Likely. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll drop to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that...
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Now a handoff up the middle. Britt. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Back to throw now on 1st down. This one brought in by Jefferson. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Walter. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
They'll keep it on the ground. Britt. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on first down. Britt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Britt. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Looking to throw. Walter. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. Now a handoff up the middle. Britt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Jackson now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one a first down pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And Jackson throwing once more. It's caught inside the 25. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Here's Jackson. He'll get that to Charbonnet. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now a 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Stop short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Charbonnet is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Britt. 20. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 149 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Jackson will throw again. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
No, we changed it. Shut up.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And that is incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this defense will take over right at midfield. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the middle they go. Britt. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Britt, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try the left side. Britt. Boy, 194 yards rushing for him now on 25 carries.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been a bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Cleveland, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.